So what is fintech? Financial technology, often shortened to fintech, is the technology and innovation that aims to compete with traditional financial methods in the delivery of financial services. So fintech is using the technology in the financial services industry. So there are like many financial services in companies there are, for example, banks, mutual funds, stockbrokers, or even insurance companies. All these are like together called as a financial service industry. And there are like many companies, okay, both within the financial industry and also new startups. So all of them are trying to use technology and to create new kind of products, okay, and to launch and to give to the customers. So it is an emerging industry that uses technology to improve activities in finance. The use of smartphones for mobile banking, investing services, and cryptocurrency are examples of technologies aiming to make financial services more accessible to the general public. So there are like many startups that have come here, which makes the transaction very easy between the customer and the company. So financial technology companies consist of both startups and established financial institutions, and technology companies trying to replace or enhance the usage of financial services provided by existing financial companies. So these fintech companies are trying to make the customer's life much more better in terms of using the financial services. So what are the applications of fintech? One is in borrowing money. So you don't need to go to a bank to borrow money. You can actually go use and access an app. You can, in that app, you can ask for a loan, and there might be several other lenders in that app who might be willing to give you a loan. Okay. So how do they give you a loan? They give a loan based upon your credit profile, which would have been automatically generated by using your smartphone. You would have accounts with many banks, your credit card history, your debit card history, your bank history. All the things are like stored in your mobile phone. These all these data are like quickly accessed by the app, and it computes like what would be the sufficient interest rate that you can borrow at. So all this happens in a click of a button. So it's very fast, and you don't need to wait for the processing time of the loan. International money transfers actually takes very less time to transfer from one country to another country, and it also reduces the middleman charges to a huge level. So there's also something called as an algorithmic trading. So what it is? So in stock market, usually the humans are the ones who buys the share and sells the share. So there are like many traders who felt that the buying and selling the shares should be done by algorithm. So they have found patterns like when to buy the share and when to sell the share. So rather than having humans to buy and sell the share, they have created a software which automatically buys the share at a particular price and again quickly sells it at a particular price. So this is called as algorithmic trading. Credit reports. So fintechs are able to access the credit report regarding you. So they can access your Amazon purchase, your Flipkart purchase, your credit card history, your debit card history, your banking account, the loans that you have, your mutual fund balance. It can access everything. So quickly what it does, it creates a credit report and it sends it to the any person it wants. So there's also fraud protection in terms of we are like being used for phishing and scamming. So that kind of problems would not occur when fintech are there. So at one point of time, you might even be able to buy from the social media. For example, with Twitter already offering a buy option and Facebook's pay to friends option, we have just begun the monetization of social media. So that's a huge door which is about to get opened. There's also something called as a robo advising. So based upon your credit history and your behavior and your age and your profile, the software tells you where you should invest, how much you should invest, okay, when you should invest. It tells you a lot of advice. And also insurance companies are also being used with technology. So you can get an insurance quotation customized for you. You don't need to pay something which is as per the tariff. The quotation for the insurance is actually very unique to you. So based upon your history and your behavior, your profile, the insurance fee actually differs. So it's a very customized pricing that is fintech will offer for you. So now we'll move on to what's a blockchain. So even though it might not be explicitly asked in an exam, it's better to understand what is blockchain and how blockchain is being used. Assume that there are three people, Mr. A, Mr. B and Mr. C, and they have a kind of they have found a huge treasure. They take all those treasure and they put it in a room, and the room has one lock and one key. So Mr. A says that I will take care of this place, okay, and he has the lock, he has locked it and he has the key. See, all the three people don't know like what is how much of treasure they have inside that room, okay, so they don't have a list of it. The entire situation here depends upon the trustability of Mr. A. A can access the door and he can steal some items, okay, or he might even be honest. But the other two people are only depending upon the honesty of the Mr. A. So this is not a this was the usual situation which occurred over a period of time. For example, our entire banking industry is based upon trust. So if we remove the trust element, okay, what could we do? So what these three people can do is in order to have more security over the treasure, they could have three locks to the same door. So each of them will have their own key. Only when all three of them are coming together, all three of them can open the locks, each individual lock, and finally the door will be like opened. So this is much more of a better version than the earlier version. So blockchain is similar to what the example we've discussed. See here, the distributed ledger is a database of assets and transactions that is shared with a network so that all parties have their own identical copy of the ledger. So here in this example, assume there is a ledger book, okay. This ledger book, whenever an entry is made or deleted, that ledger book is immediately sent a copy of that ledger book is sent to all the parties who are connected with it. Assume that there are like three parties, to all the three parties a record is being sent. Normally only one record will be kept and that will be with the bank, but now all parties which are involving in this game have an identical copy of it. When a change is made to the ledger, every copy of the ledger across the network is updated simultaneously. So when you receive a copy, okay, so assume a bank has a ledger and it updates, and there are like three customers and there are three parties who are connected with the bank. All of their ledgers get simultaneously updated. So everyone has the latest version of the truth or the latest version of the ledger. In the case of a blockchain, each transaction or database entry is recorded as a block of data. Each new block has an encrypted copy of the previous block within it, so connecting the two together. Three people and the bank have a particular ledger. Assume the first entry is made. When the second entry is made, all the four ledgers will be updated. Additionally, there will be a link or trail between the first entry and the second entry. So this gives a continuity of the history. So it's like watching the history of that transaction. So everyone's ledger is updated and also the previous entry is linked with the current entry. And also these are like cryptographically signatured. So everything has been like sealed with the time stamped and it cannot be destroyed. So this is what a blockchain is. So every transaction is authorized and everyone has a copy of it. No one can alter it, no one can hack it. Even if someone hacks, okay, even if someone hacks, only one person's system is hacked, still three other people are still there whose system is not hacked. So it's easier to retrieve also the information. So this is what blockchain is all about.
So if you guys really like the video, put a like for us and share it with your friends who might find it useful. So if you guys have any queries or questions, post it in the comment section. We'll be like happy to answer them. If you guys have any other ideas for further videos, you can put it in the comment section. We'll be like creating a new video on that topic also. So thank you guys. We'll meet in the next video.